Welcome back. We have another video on our guide to Chapter 2, and today we are going to be looking at Slurpy Swamp. Okay, now as I always say, whenever you're coming in from, let's say, the southwest or wherever the location is, never really want to be diving on a hot drop because it's just where you find all the sweat. So generally, you're going to be coming from a northeasterly direction, or the north, or the east, as it were. So let's just assume you're going to be coming from the northeast like we are now, on a southerly, westerly direction, if that's even a word. We're going to use it. Now, I've got a choice of two when it comes to Slurpy Swamp. The first is actually hitting that big old tower. Whatever that tower is, why there's a chest at the top, I have no idea. Normally you'll find a sweat will get to there first, but if you can get on top of that tower, then I generally think it's one of the best places to be because you've got the whole of Slurpy Swamp to look over while people are landing. Sometimes you can pick people off out of the air or rocket them if you happen to find a sexy chest on the top with a rocket launcher in it. But my backup plan, if I don't get this, is to go to this building over here. Because then you are in the back corner, you can always escape into the swamps, but generally you can rotate around this area. You will normally find there's a bit of competition. If someone lands on there first, go to this building. If someone lands there, obviously go to the building, which is the one I would normally go to. You might find someone to land here. It does get a bit busy around this location. But generally, loot up, get as much wood and stuff as you can, because metal can be a bit of a pain in the arse to get fast. Normally pallets out the back there as well. Just loot up. The thing about Slurpy is loot up ASAP and get all the, the old Slurpy canisters, whatever they're called. Get them on board ASAP. There's normally about 8 in each factory, I swear to God. Now, back to our primary location of landing on the chimney. It's always a bit of a pain in the butt to get off here. You want to be quick when you're up here at the same time. You don't want to be shooting people, whereas someone's axing you down. So if you see someone axing you down, obviously, if they're there, send them a rocket. If you happen to have a rocket, go for it or shoot them. Otherwise, you've got to take a lovely little trip onto this bit here, and you're always going to lose 12 health. 11 health. 11 health. I can do maths. And then the next drop's absolutely fine. But generally, when you're here, providing you haven't picked up a grey pistol, again, you're in a good position. High ground. Such a key part of this game. As we all know well. But generally, you can either build down. So I say build down. Axe through. Again, have another little look. But generally, if you're unopposed, I would normally just agree. Flicking off here and through here, because you can get all of these lovely, lovely Slurpy containers. Never actually know what to call them. What do I call them in game? I'm getting some slurp things. Slurp things. Anyway, as I said, there's about, how many up here? 7. You can grab all those. And then again, you have the high ground. If anybody is lurking, roaming, being a little rat down there, you can find them and kill them. But you've got the high ground, so if they are shooting up at you, you can dictate play, basically. Now, again, when I come down to here, I will always be going straight through into here, because that's where the chest is. Again, getting all the slurp containers on the way, when you need. And then from here, it completely depends on where the opposition is, because by now, you more than likely would run into someone. If you need more slurp containers, here. Absolute stash of them. If somebody is milling around there, take a shotgun if you see it. If somebody is milling around here, I'd also recommend to come straight down here and block everything off. Even block off that door. The reason for that is because, let's say I haven't gone and got the chest above me here. I've got this nice little area now, a lot of protection. I can get these slurp containers, things, but I can also come in from under here, which is where the chest would have been, and all the loot will fall, and you can just block that off, like so. Double block it if you want. And then when you feel ready, you can either make your way out this door, go to that chest there. Again, you're quite on low ground, a bit open. I probably more recommend going out this way and up here and rotating round to this side of Slurpy Swamp, or this side of the building, I should say. Again, might be worth having a look in there because there is a chest, but again, it depends on where the opposition is. It's quite hard to have like a predetermined route. If you land on the top, it's straight down off, lose 11 or 12 health. Get the guns straight up top. Best route in this is to keep the high ground for as long as possible and make your way down while looting up. Because the one thing you've got to be careful is when people are on the other side, further west, or outside of Slurping, they are rotating their way in, or just want to see who's about and see if the loot's still there. They might build up to the top, so you've got to then be careful if someone has gone above you. But anyway, generally, I would come straight through here, obviously taking every ammo box and getting loot. Even just these little bits of wood. Okay, obviously I'm on Battle Lab right now, so I'm going to be getting 50 times as much loot as I would do. But again, I don't really want to be going out there. I normally come round and I want to be going straight up here. Again, a lot of protection just from natural buildings. Again, more slurp containers if you need them, if you get shot, but generally it's straight into this little bathroom here to get another sexy chest. And then, yeah, the world is literally your oyster from here on. You can continue to look around Slurpy Swamp. My personal, what do you call it? Advice. I said, would be to go back up to the high ground. Maybe not necessarily right to the top, but at least to here. Because then when you start rotating across the next building, again, you've got the height. You can have a little look to see if anyone is coming around here. Around here, a lot of people like to go for these bad things. Generally, the circle is going that way, so have a look out in the swamp, see if people are fishing, see if people are running. Again, you might not want to engage, but at least you know where they are. At least you know where they've probably been. And then, yeah, stay safe, kids. Let's get on to 2.0, my backup plan to Slurpy Swamp. Okay, here we go, part 2. Now, let's say you're going for that chimney like you would do. First case scenario, best case scenario. For me, anyway. Now, let's say some sweaty bugger has already landed there. Okay, we can't go there. We got to get away as quickly as possible. Let's go over here and land away from all those enemies. I generally do a bit of this. I come down like this. The reason why, if somebody's shooting me, okay, they're not going to get a bolt sniper or anything at the moment because it's not in the game right now. You might be watching this in 2021 and bolt snipers and semi-snipers and all that stuff are all back in the game. I don't know. But let's assume Slurpy Swamp hasn't been destroyed by Steamy Stacks or the rig hasn't infiltrated this area. Right now, this is Season 2 of Chapter 2. But let's just talk about the here and now. Anyway, landing here, the reason why if somebody's shooting me or if somebody gets a gun right there, so look at that blue AR. If I land straight here and someone's going to land that blue AR, 3-4 hits, I'm a gooner. Absolutely got it. You can glide straight in, but again, I like to do this one of two reasons. Because one, I can drop straight down into here and do my rotation to that chest. Or, if I'm alright, I can go in through that little gap in the ceiling. But the trouble is you are obviously very available to be shot. And the thing is, I know it's tempting to go and get the health on ASAP, but seriously, get the gun. Then sometimes there's a gun on the roof that we've landed on. But look at that. Imagine if you haven't got that gun yet and you're just, yeah, I'll casually loot up. And the guy with the blue ARs comes straight through there and he starts shooting you through that window, or he follows you in. Then what are you going to do? You're going to quickly build up and grab that chest? I don't think so. No, you want to have that gun ready to go. Whatever gun it could be a grey pistol. Still, it's better than nothing. Getting the slurps, that is the best thing you can do straight away. Especially if you've got something like a green pump. Get your health on ASAP. You don't know what he's got. You might have a decent pump, you might have a pistol, you don't know. Drop down into the container here, because there is normally a gun there, and just take all the mats. All the mats you can find. Do a better job than I just did there. There's normally some more in the corner over here. And look at that. Pretty much out of nothing, you're on 180 health. Now you've got a choice. You can go back up to the ceiling if you've got like an AR or something. It can be a bit of a bum fight to get these ones in the middle. Generally though, and this is just me generally, I will go back up here and I will actually go out this door and look to build up. Again, there might not be anyone here, which means obviously get up top, get that blue AR. Thank you very, very much. You got a choice. You can break through here, because that's where the chest is, or you can come in through the ceiling. Again, depends on what's happening on the rest of the factory or the rest of Slurpy Swamp. Obviously, there's no one here. Then get in, get this chest ASAP. Finish it off getting 200 health, which we're going to do in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And also remember, if you find minis or half potions straight away, like in the first chest, if you hear people around you, chuck it on. Don't be on low health just because you wanted to get the slurps and save the potions. You'll be regretting that if you die and you're on your way back to the lobby. Just get shielded up. Despite the fact you can easily get up to 200 health with all these bad boys lying around. Just get the shield on as soon as possible. Once more, take out as much material as you can. Obviously, as I said before, I'm Battle Lab, so it's going to be taking it a lot quicker, but in the real game, you won't actually have that much. And then straight into the back of this truck. Loot it up, and then come over here, because look at all these wonderful pallets. Wonderful, wonderful pallets. While you're doing all this, guys, have a little look, obviously, around here, because people like to get in there. People like to be up top there. That's where I was earlier. But that could be an enemy. Could be an enemy. It could be part 1 of me up there against part 2 of me down here. You never know. But all the while, be aware of people that have landed here, because they will like to rotate out. They've got a slight high ground advantage if they wanted to use it. And if you're just casually getting a pallet, a little bit open. Otherwise, I wouldn't go across there quite yet. I would look to come over here. Straight in, gun over there, a quick check up there, down to the bottom, down to the right, and look at that, another sexy chest. God, so many sexy chests. Oh, look at that, a purple pump. Oh, if only this was a real game. Straight out here. More of these, if you need them. And then you rotate into part 1 of our guide to Slurpy Swamp. Again, chest over there. You can then make your way out of Slurpy if you don't fancy it. But again, you got a lot of pallets here. And once more, you can come in via the high ground if you play it correctly. Little look into here to see where people are. Otherwise, make your way across. Again, keeping high ground. If you're in duos or squads, people might be going reboot van. They might be in there. They might be rotating in here. Otherwise, you get straight up. Straight up. It's almost like someone's been here with a rocket launcher earlier and lost 12 to 11 health. Anywho, looking down into here, you can see some cheeky old soul has already been here, and it looks like they've done a really, really good route. Don't know who's done this, but it looks very, very professional. Anyway, that's my part 1 and part 2 guide to Slurpy Swamp. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. Love you long time. I'm DJ Leslie. Where goes Broadband? See you next time.